Welcome back to the Full Chat Podcast. I'm your host, Eric Roberts, and this is the very first video for the Full Chat Podcast. I'm excited, super excited. Today we got some good stuff. We are going to be talking about the Galaxy S20, 20 Plus, and the 20 Ultra. This was just brought to you from, I think, Unpacked in Barcelona, Spain. And yeah, it's been interesting. I mean, all the phones now support 5G. These are the predecessors to the Galaxy S10, S10 Plus. I'd put the S10 5G in there as well. But I don't think there's like a comparable S10 Lite in there. So we'll see if they come out with a Lite, but I don't know what it's going to be looking like right now. However, the screen sizes from small to big are 6.2 inches, 6.7, and 6.9 inches. Nice. But yeah, they're all rocking AMOLED displays, HD+. They're all going to have the fingerprint scanner underneath the display, and that's going to be ultrasonic, of course. Ranges for storage are going to start at 128 and are going to be expandable up to a terabyte of storage using a micro SD card. And I think it's crazy that nowadays a phone has the capability of being expandable up to a terabyte of hard drive space. I mean, my Xbox One S has a terabyte of data on it, and it's significantly bigger. Like, the storage is crazy how we're able to condense these things down to be smaller and smaller and smaller, which is, it's incredible to see that, and we'll just see kind of where it goes. But the battery sizes are 4,000 milliamp hours on the Galaxy S20 and 4,500 milliamp hours on the S20 Plus, and the S20 Ultra is 5,000 milliamp hours. That is insane. I mean, on Apple Watches alone, they only have probably, I think the Series 5 has about 500 milliamp hours. So you can tell that these batteries are large. And they're thick boys, for sure. And really, these new phones, the displays are great, but it's really about the cameras. I mean, the cameras nowadays on smartphones are really some of the best selling features. So that's why you see like the iPhone, like the newest iPhone 11 Pro and Pro Max has the triple camera display, and they're incredible for video, photography. It has the telephoto lens, it has the wide angle lens, which is awesome, but I don't have that wide angle lens on my Google Pixel 4 XL. It's great to see that though, but these new cameras, the Galaxy S20 is rocking 12 megapixel ultra wide, 64 megapixel telephoto, and 12 megapixel wide with a 30x space zoom. In the front camera is the 10 megapixel. Then going down the line, essentially the other Galaxies like the Ultra and the Plus, they essentially have the same cameras, except for the Ultra has a 100x space zoom. So you can get these super zoomed in photos that aren't going to necessarily lose that much quality. Like they are going to lose quality, but with this new camera, it should help out until you can get those those pictures that are close in and close up and all that good stuff. And then the the front camera alone on the Ultra is going to be a 40 megapixel selfie camera. That's crazy. That's probably I don't know. It's probably the highest count, like megapixel count, on a front-facing camera that I've seen or that I know of. And of course, all these new phones are going to be 5G ready, except the Galaxy S20 Plus and S20. Weird. Well, the Galaxy S20 is going to have sub 6 5G, and then the S20 and the S20 Plus and the S20 Ultra is going to have sub 6 and millimeter wave, which if you're going to buy the phone for 5G, that's not it's not that important. Like, you're going to have the capabilities, but the use of the 5G right now is not the greatest, like the furthest reaching. It's usually, at least as of now of this video and I guess podcast, it is going to be on like major cities and stuff like that. It's not going to be for, smaller cities and mid-sized cities and things like that. So that's not really what you're going to be looking for. Of course, all these phones are going to have your IP68 water and dust resistance as well. I mean, kind of looking at the design of the new phones, they kind of look like Samsung refrigerators. But I will say the design is clean. I like it. It's cool. It's probably, I'd say it's better than the S10 for sure. And probably better than the Note, to be honest. But yeah, so we're just rounding out this new smartphone season. And I'd love to see how these cameras are going to compare to that of the iPhone and the Pixel, I guess, of sorts. The Pixel still has, good still photography, but when it comes to videography, not so much. And yeah, I mean, there's probably a bunch of videos out on it now, and we'll just see where this goes and see what's happening in the space. I mean, these are going to be some powerful phones for sure, and it's just cool to see this progress that we're having in this space. I mean, this phone is near bezel-less. Its display looks fantastic, and everyone knows that the displays on Samsung phones are some of the best in the industry. I mean, Samsung sells its OLED displays to Apple, so they're going to be good. And something that I forgot to say, this actually has 120 megahertz display. However, out of the box, it's going to have it's going to be limited to 1080p at 120 megahertz. So the refresh rate is going to look great, but you got to go into the settings and change it to that. But right out of the box, it'll be the 1440p with 60 frames per second. So that's going to be good to see. And yeah, I would consider trading in my old Pixel, I guess. I don't know. It's just the Pixel, especially going to like a Samsung phone, it just looks so antiquated. It looks so old, and because they have, the massive forehead on them. And I mean, just check out the forehead on that. If we can get it in focus. Well, you can kind of tell. But yeah, the forehead on this is considerably greater I mean, you have the Infinity O display on the new Samsungs, which, I mean, they had them on the S10, but yeah, if Google could kind of catch up, I don't want to say copy the design language of Samsung, because Samsung is fairly distinct in my opinion. But yeah, we'll see where it goes and what things are looking like, and we'll keep you updated. But I just wanted to come to you for today's podcast just about the Samsung, because I thought it was probably the most noteworthy news of the past week, and just want to kind of make the podcast a little bit shorter and see how it works. We might try to get some more stuff coming out here soon. But yeah, that's all I have for you today. Welcome to all the subscribers, all the people, to the very first video of the Full Chat podcast. But there are 9 other episodes that have been recorded and can be found on your favorite podcast platform. Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, Spotify, Stitcher, TuneIn, Pocket Cast, iHeartRadio. We're on it. And if you want to follow the Full Chat podcast, follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Full Chat Podcast. You can follow me, your host, Eric Roberts, at @the_Eric Roberts. And that has been it for you today. So hope you enjoyed this one. Have a great week, and we'll see you in the next one.